understanding the anatomy, understanding what's inside these things is really important because it's going to allow you to critically think about how and why you're trimming and what you're trimming off. There are, of course, a bunch of good methodologies out there. I'd say actually not a bunch, maybe 2 or 3 that I think they're pretty good. But after you kind of get that figured out a bit, you're going to be critically thinking because every hoof is different. They're all different. I mean, there's similarities, obviously, but they've all got their own possible pathologies, different environment, pasture to sand to gravel to rocky ground, summer, winter, spring, really wet. Each part of the year also gives you a bit of a challenge on exactly how to go about dealing with the growth that is happening. With an understanding of the inside, the methodology starts to not matter as much as you start to think about, you know what's happening here? This little bit's growing over, this little bit's kind of come here, and this little bit's wearing out fast, and this little bit's laid over, and this little whatever. From there, you can maybe even come up a little bit with your own, but it's probably going to mirror somebody else. When I talk about the understanding the inside of the hoof, you can sometimes get these, you can buy them from people or buy them from a local person who's a veterinarian or something like that has these kinds of things, or at least just go look at them. A lot of veterinarians are very friendly and they want people to learn as well. But essentially what we're looking at is just a hoof that's been cut in half and preserved. Then when you open it up, you can see all the pieces inside and how they work. The biggest thing I get asked is I don't know how much I can cut off. When I go to sort of trim off some pieces of frog or the bars or something, people always say, "Ooh, I'm so scared to do that. I never know how much I can take off." But if you can understand the inside of the hoof like this is not the healthiest, but this is an idea, then you can get a better idea of how much you can take off versus how much you shouldn't take off. The age-old saying, in most cases, less is better. Do little bits, but anyways, this is a great start. This will get your critical thinking started, so that you don't have to rely on one methodology or two or one way of thinking about these things. You think, oh, I should just do this, and this is how it should look. It's not always the case. When you understand how this works and how this works, it's a whole new ballgame.